Hi, I am Mateus from Trinasolar, and today we are here at our company's booth to present our new and recent results with PVL. I am together with Mr. Tristan from PVL, and he's going to talk with us about the recent news. Mr. Tristan, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on our booth.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm happy to be here.
Tristan, I would like to start off this meeting talking to you about the recent news that we have. Trinasolar is for the 10th time, consecutive time, we are the top performer in the PVL testing, the extended reliability and performance testing. And not only that, we achieved this top performance this year on 7 out of 7 testing. Could you comment a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so it's an excellent achievement. You know, PVAL or Kiwa PVAL as we're now known, we started testing your modules. They were, you know, maybe 300 watt, polycrystalline BSF modules.
Yeah.
Then you kept sending us modules to test. We tested your monocrystalline BSF, then your PERC. Now we're testing your TopCon. And as you mentioned, Trina's in a very unique position of being a top performer 10 years in a row. There's only 2 companies, one of which being Trina, that have achieved top performer for every scorecard that we've released. And your whole, you know, history of products, you've submitted them for our rigorous testing, and you've achieved top performer status. And then, of course, this year, as you mentioned, the news that your Vertex N 720 watt, we went from 300 all the way to 720 over 10 years, was a top performer in all 7 tests in the 2024 PV module reliability scorecard. And that is a very unique achievement, and you know, we are very pleased to congratulate Trina on that.
I really appreciate it in behalf of Trina. Let me grab your attention to that part specifically. I mean, you said we achieved the 7 out of 7 as a top performer. Could you explain a little bit more on each one of them? What are the protocols, the procedures, slightly like an overview of each testing?
Sure. So we start with thermal cycling. Well, backing up, for the product qualification program, you don't get to pick which tests you submit your modules to. You follow our testing program, which means you have to submit your modules to all of the tests. So if you wanted to, you know, say, well, our module is really good in this one test, but not this other, we only want to do that one, that's not allowed. You won't be in the scorecard with that. It's also unique to the product qualification program that we do is that we go to your factory and see the samples being made. The samples that get shipped to our lab, we're there confirming what materials went into those modules. So once we receive the modules, then they're submitted to the various tests, and that includes thermal cycling. We go from minus 40 degrees Celsius up to plus 85, back down to minus 40, 600 times. Another test is our damp heat test. That's 85% relative humidity and 85 degrees for 2,000 hours. We have our mechanical load test, which puts pressure on the front and back of the module, and then it goes through climate chamber testing. We have our hail test that you also did well in, our LID and LETID test that you did well in, and then our PAN file, which is a performance test, where we measure the module's performance at different temperatures and different irradiances, and then put that in a simulation to see how the module performs based on our measured data. And to be a top performer, you had to have performance with the top 25% in energy yield. Okay. And you were a top performer in that too. And I think that was all 6, although I might have missed one, but...
Well, we got the score,
yeah.
Right?
The point is that we're doing a wide variety of tests, yes. And we're looking at various known failure modes. And the one I forgot was potential induced degradation. Wow. So that's where we put 1500 volts on the frame of the module and see if there's any current leaking through the cells to the frame. And of course, Trina was a top performer in that test as well.
Well, thank you for noticing this and commenting on each one of the tests. It's good for our audience that they can understand this is a full circle testing, not only sending the modules, but also the PVL team, they go to our factory and they analyze how we manufacture this, so they can ensure that they are testing real modules, not hand-picked modules, right? Okay, another question, Tristan, that I have for you and PVL team. In Trinasolar, we incorporate the TopCon technology, as you know, but not only that, you're seeing here some technologies like HDD, TBC, and other technologies. I would like to know how these technologies impacts the protocols and the standards on the testing, the process.
Yeah. So the great thing about the Kiwa PVAL product qualification program is that every 2 years it gets updated. As opposed to certification testing, it might take 10 years to get updated. You know, the IEC 61215, I guess it was very quick. They went from the 2016 edition to the 2021 edition. It only took 5 years. So with our testing, we're able to iterate faster. So we use data from our own experiments, information from the manufacturers, information from the buyers of modules. We learn through our sister companies about failures in the field. We also learn from research institutes on what are the new failure modes for example, HJT. What's the new failure modes for perovskite when we eventually get to there?
Yep.
And we stay aware of that, and then we introduce new tests every 2 years. And some of those tests are no longer an issue. For example, you know, a few years ago, everyone was talking about LETID, and that was a very scary thing for the industry. Your modules will degrade, LETID, that was an issue. This past year of testing, we found that most modules have far less than 1% LETID. In fact, for the combining LID and LETID for N-type modules, there was an average of less than 2%, 0.2, not 2, sorry, 0.2% degradation. So, is that a test we need to be doing for the next 10 years? Probably not, but there's going to be new failure modes that we need to stay aware of, and we update the test plan to reflect those.
Quick updating, right? That's important. To be alive in this industry, you need to update yourself. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. And my last question to you, how can you ensure a fairness and authority while you compare all these different companies, especially when you're comparing top-notch modules from top-notch brands? How can you ensure fairness and authority on these testing procedures?
So we do that by having a very well-defined process. And as I mentioned, we don't let the manufacturers pick and choose which tests. We've had some manufacturers say, well, I don't want to do the factory witness portion. I'll just ship you the modules like you would do for certification testing. I'll ship the modules and you test them. And they're allowed to do that, but that's not part of the PQP. It doesn't go into the scorecard. That would be a separate project. Okay. So we're saying, here's the testing, you have to do it, and it's testing that your buyers want, and that's how we've created fairness as well as created trust in the industry. We have some manufacturers that don't do well in some tests, and they say, oh, I don't want that test in my report. And we don't allow that. You can't pick and choose. Okay. These are the results, and we treat everyone equally, and that's how we've developed, a strong reputation. And that's why when we say, Trina's a top performer, that's meaningful. You aren't able to, basically materialize your own results. What we test is the results, and the Kiwa slogan is we create trust, and by treating everyone equally, we do create the trust. So that speaks even higher to the achievement of 10-time top performer and top performer in all 7 tests. It's meaningful.
It definitely is. For us, it's for you, it's for us, it's for our clients. So, Mr. Tristan, thank you so much to be here with us. It was an immense pleasure, and I hope to be discussing this again with you next year for the 11th time.
Yeah, we look forward to that, certainly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Trinasolar live stream. I'm Rocky, Product Marketing Manager of Trinasolar. Today, I'm excited to take you through Trinasolar's journey of 210+N technology. Our story with 210 technology began back in 2019, and over the past 5 years, we worked closely with industry peers to overcome technical bottlenecks, optimize the entire industry chain, and establish standardization. And now more and more peers are joining this 210+N racing track, which is gaining momentum and becoming more and more attractive. So today, let's just reflect on these 5 years of dedication and recount every step we've taken forward. So just to come close and follow me So the entire journey basically contains three major stages. So the first is anchoring 210 technology and leading the industry into the ultra high power module era. And the second is we're as the industry chain leader and establish the 210 ecosystem altogether. And the third one is unveil the curtain for the 700 watts, and we just enter the era of 210+N, and the 210+N is the chosen one for this high value era. And under each big stage, there are several milestones. I'll give you the introduction one by one. So in August 2019, so Trinasolar started to exploring the future of the 210 technology, and we anchor 210 technology as our strategic core and as our directions. And by next year, February, we globally launched our first 500 watts high power module, and we established the Trinasolar's Vertex product brand. And by January, we pushed the boundaries further, and we lead the entire industry step into the 600 watts ultra high power era. And to foster the development of the 210 technologies, and in February, Trinasolar lead the industry to initiate the 600 watts PV Open Innovation Ecological Alliance, and we just collaborate with the upstream and downstream of the entire industry chain for the mutual growth. And when it comes to 2021, by February, the top 3 inverter brands and the 6 major tracker brands, they declare the compatibility with the 210 modules, and by May of 2021, we achieved the module standardizations of the 210 modules. The standardization can achieve better manufacturing efficiency, and improve manufacturing efficiency, and can achieve better scale effect and maximize the entire industry chain value. And by December, we apply the 210 technology to the distributed solution, and we just drive the rooftop application scenarios into the 600 watts era. And time comes to the 2022 April, we innovatively launched the 210R rectangular silicon wafer cell-based solar module, and we just broke the stereotypes that the wafer must be square, and we broke these stereotypes, and we launched the rectangular solar cell, and then the 210 technology platform released even more values. And then comes to November, we just integrate 210 technology with N-type technologies, and we introduced all scenarios product portfolios, and which also means that we just fully enter the N-type era. And by May 2023, we introduced the new generation of the iTopCon advanced technologies globally, and the product value are further improved. And by July 2023, we jointly advocated with 8 companies, and we standardized the medium-sized rectangular silicon wafer modules, and we achieved another standardization again. And by August 2023, and we are the first in the industry to achieve the mass production of the Vertex modules. The power output is higher than 700 watts. And by November, our cumulative shipments of the 210 modules surpassed 100 gigawatts, ranking first in the industry. And to December 2023, we established the 700 watts PV Open Innovation Ecological Alliance, and just paving the way for the further increase for the power output and the higher value. And entering 2024, January, our Vertex large format modules mass production power output reached 720 watts, and by April, we hit another headlines by the Vertex TopCon modules. We just achieved another world record with a power output of 740.6 watts. So these are the entire journey, and looking to the future, we also have some advanced panels, as you can see on my right hand. And there's panels, basically, these panels are all based on 210 technologies. We just integrate the 210 technologies with more cutting edge solar cells. You see here, this is a TSHG panel, and the power output can reach 760 watts. the panel efficiency 24.4%. And this one is our iTopCon modules. It's our world record-breaking TopCon modules. The power output is 740 watts, and the module efficiency is 23.8%. And this smaller format modules is the THBC panels. And this panel is just to integrate the 210 technology with the back contact architectures, which can provide the aesthetical appearance and elegant customer experience. So all in all, from 500 watts to 600 watts to 700 watts, they are not just numbers but symbols of this ongoing journey. Every milestone actually speaks to the collective efforts and wisdom of the entire industry ecosystem. And we invite each and every one of you who's involved in this process to celebrate your contribution all together. And looking ahead, driven by customer value, let's continue to progress together on these 210+N technologies. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to our Trinasolar's booth. As world energy needs evolving and more people care about sustainable, the distributed PV market are experiencing explosive growth. Now, let's look at our Trinasolar's World X Plus series. It's more focused on the residential and the C and I scenarios. So for these shiny or black modules, we can say the name of this is World X Plus and the number is AEG 9.25. So for these modules, it incorporates with our iTopCon technologies. It has 455 watts output, and the module efficiency can reach to the 22.8%. And also, this module has 1.6 millimeter dual glass designs. This dual glass design can ensure the modules has high durability and resilience. It's the best choice for you residents. Now let's look on top. Our World X Plus clear black module NEG9R+27. So we can say this module is also incorporated with our iTopCon technology. The output of this module can reach to 445 watts, and the efficiency of this module can reach to 22.5%. And this module is also a member of our Trinasolar's black executive family. The difference between this module and the all black module is this module incorporates by facial version and has transparent encapsulation. So it is good, very good for the public place and also for the carport. She will introduce you our World X Plus module focused on the C and I residential.
And then let's turn our attention to AEG 18R.28, another member of Vertex's Plus families, based on N-type iTopCon advanced cell technology. The AEG 18R.28 will yield up to 515 watts and deliver high efficiency of 23.2%, specially designed for CNI and residential rooftops, with dimensions of 1961 by 1134 millimeters and a slim width of 30 millimeters. The optimal size and weight make installation straightforward and ensures panels are robust enough for large-scale commercial and industrial installation, less than 2 meters in length. And the module is especially suitable for CNI color steel tile rooftops, guided by higher power yet lower BOS and LCOE. The AEG 18R.28 module is tailored to meet customers' core requirements of shorter payback time and higher returns on investment. Thank you, that's all for today.
Hi, Sheriff.
Hi, Mark.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
It's our great honor to invite you to our Trinasolar booth today. So we all know that the ITC is increasingly influential in the PV industry all over the world. And also, Trinasolar has been nominated in ITC PVMI for 6 consecutive years.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did the Trinasolar's module perform in the threshold test in 2024 this year?
So as you mentioned, Trinasolar has been on every single PVMI report for the past 6 years. On top of that, 4 out of those 6 years, including this year, Trina's product is one of the best performing products we tested. So this year, 2024, we're very happy and honored to recognize Trina as one of the highest achievers of our thresher test. So in terms of quality, reliability, and performance, Trina has ranked extremely high in all those three.
Thank you. So as you know that UVID degradation for TopCom has been an important issue since last year. So what did Trinasolar module perform specifically in this area?
So we raised the issue in the industry over a year ago. When we started testing the very first TopCon technologies, we noticed an increased degradation rate when we subjected modules, N-type TopCon technologies to UV. Over the past year, the degradation has been very alarming. Several module manufacturers have degradations over 20%. 20% in a span of about an exposure equivalent to about 5 to 10 years. Trina has been showing the lowest degradation rate of any manufacturer we tested so far this year. So your product has done amazingly well. And in talking to your team, Trina has spent a lot of R&D resources in trying to contain this UV issue, this UV sensitivity. So you guys should be very proud of your accomplishments.
Thank you very much for this. And as per the development of SEER and the module technologies right there, so what aspects do you believe are the most important for us for ensuring the continuous reliability of PV modules?
You know, Trina has a lot of experience making PV modules, so it's really difficult for someone like me to say, oh, you should improve one thing or another. You guys have a tremendous amount of experience for the past 15 years making great modules. There is, however, an increasing climate change that the world has been aware of, right? You've heard of several hail events in the US, right, where modules get destroyed. I think this is a very interesting area where leaders in PV module manufacturers who lead the industry should try to come up with technologies that are resilient to these extreme events, right? High wind, high snow levels, and an impact to high hail events, right?
Yes, exactly. So thank you very much for all of this. So thank you again for joining us. And Trinasolar remains committed to developing the best products for our customers.
Absolutely, thank you so much. And honestly, you're the one who deserves the thanks because you're the ones making great modules.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Congratulations.
Thank you all for attending today's live show. See you next year.